From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 25th, 2022. We open with the continued assault on Ukraine by Russia, who invaded the country yesterday, and the response to the crisis, in particular from Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett spoke today with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky. Bennett's foreign media advisor said that the two leaders discussed the situation in Ukraine with an emphasis on the Kiev region. Prime Minister Bennett offered Israel's assistance with any humanitarian aid needed and updated President Zelensky on the steps already taken in this regard, adding that Bennett reiterated his hope for a speedy end to the fighting and said that he stands by the people of Ukraine in these difficult days. Israel's Diaspora Affairs Ministry said it was allocating just over $3 million in aid to Ukraine's Jewish community. Minister Nachman Shai said today this is a first step and will continue as events unfold. The ministry said this decision comes from the unique mandate of the State of Israel and in particular its diaspora ministry as the nation state of the Jewish people to support Jewish individuals and communities in harm's way. The Times of Israel reports, citing a report from the Khan public broadcaster, that Zelensky also asked Bennett for Israel to potentially mediate between Russia and Ukraine. Khan cites Zelensky saying, "We want the negotiations to take place in Jerusalem. We think that Israel is the country that could hold such negotiations in the middle of the war." There has been no confirmation of this report. In addition to official assistance from Israel, a number of Israeli non-governmental organizations are also rallying around Ukraine. The Times of Israel reports that the international Israeli humanitarian aid organization Smart Aid is working alongside its local European partners located in Ukraine's neighboring countries to provide humanitarian aid at border crossings where the influx of people fleeing tensions with Russia will be highest. It is also setting up internet hotspots to help the many local and international aid groups coordinate their emergency relief efforts. United Hatzalah is preparing to send a delegation of 30 emergency medical volunteers and members of the Psychotrauma and Crisis Response Unit to neighboring Moldova in order to receive and assist Ukrainian refugees who are fleeing from the war currently engulfing their country. Meanwhile, Israel's foreign ministry is working day and night to help Israelis get out of Ukraine. Foreign Minister Yair Lapid said today that so far thousands of Israelis have left Ukraine, some in the last day, with the active assistance of our representatives. The Situation Room, Lapid said, receives many inquiries and they are handled carefully. Due to heavy loads on the roads leading to the border crossings, difficulties were recorded. Lapid said our people stationed in the various aisles are working in an attempt to solve the problems. And Jewish organizations here in the U.S. continue their efforts of aid, like the Jewish Federations of North America. Also from HIAS, the international Jewish organization that supports refugees around the world, as well as petitions of support from organizations like the American Jewish Committee, and much more. And some hope and joy in the midst of the crisis. Haaretz correspondent Sam Sokol shared on social media a video of Ukrainian Jews in Odessa dancing to keep their spirits up while waiting for buses to evacuate them out of the country. Sokol tweeted that a community leader told him, "We were trying to lift the spirits of those leaving and now on the way to the border." Sokol also shared video of the sexton of the Odessa synagogue in an emotional message, saying that his community is evacuating, asking for prayers for their safety, and hoping it will be a peaceful Sabbath.
ומבקשים כולם שיתפללו שנצליח לעזור לכל היהודים שאנחנו אחראים עליהם, ושיהיה לנו בעזרת השם גוד שבס ושמירה גדולה מהקדוש ברוך הוא.
Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Friday, February the 25th. Coming up at 6 o'clock, live Shabbat services from New York City's Central Synagogue, followed by Shabbat services from the Hampton Synagogue. At 8:30, a concert with musician David Krakauer. At 9, it's the film The Milk Trial. At 10:30, a replay of the services from the Hampton Synagogue, and then an encore presentation from Central Synagogue. And coming up next, a look at this week's Torah Portion. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, February the 25th, 2022. I'm Teisha Bader. Stay healthy, stay well, and Shabbat Shalom.